This is the KoolMore FLW-3CWH, a compact 24-inch front-load washer built for tight spaces and standard 120-volt outlets. My first impression was that it feels more serious than it looks. The design is simple and clean, but the machine is dense and heavy in a good way. I went into it a bit cautious because I'd seen conflicting specs online about the number of cycles and some chatter about support. But I wanted a small, full-featured washer that didn't require a special electrical line, and this one checked a lot of boxes on paper. On the outside, it's a glossy white cube with a straightforward control layout, a central dial, a clear LED display, and a row of buttons to tweak temp, spin, soil, extra rinse, and options like steam and water plus. The footprint is 23.1 inches deep, 23.4 wide, and 33.5 tall, so it slides into a standard 24-inch opening where many full-size machines just won't go. The door has a satisfying seal and swing, and the stainless steel drum looks and feels solid with smooth perforations that are kind to fabric. The detergent drawer is labeled well for main detergent, softener, and bleach, which makes it friendly for someone new to front loaders. The overall build gives a feeling of being sturdy more than flashy. It's stackable, with KoolMore's matching heat pump dryer if you grab their stacking kit, and the 24-inch width makes that a real space saver. From my experience, setup was straightforward. It's 1 or 20 volts, so I plugged it into a standard household outlet, connected hot and cold, and spent extra time leveling the feet. That part mattered. Once it's level, the wash phase is impressively quiet thanks to the inverter motor, which is essentially a more efficient, smoother running motor that keeps noise down. I used HE detergent as recommended. He just means it's designed for high-efficiency machines, so it doesn't oversuds. The control knob on my unit shows 16 cycles, including a 20-minute quick wash, delicates, heavy-duty, bulky, and a steam option, among others. I've seen some product pages list 12 cycles for this model, so the discrepancy is real, but on the panel I'm using, there are 16. In daily use, the 2.7 cubic feet drum is bigger than it sounds. It handles a week of clothes for 1 or 2 people, towels, and even a small to medium comforter, as long as I choose the right cycle and use Water Plus to fully saturate bulky items. The 20-minute quick wash has been great for lightly worn clothes before a night out or a workout set I need fast. For stained kitchen towels, steam helped loosen grime and deodorize without me needing to pre-treat as aggressively. Normal and cotton runs take about an hour, give or take, which is typical for a high-efficiency front loader that uses less water and relies on mechanical action to clean. Spin performance is strong. The max spin on the display is 1200 RPM, and it pulls a lot of water out, which means my dryer time drops noticeably. That's the moment, though, where any weakness in leveling or load balance shows. On a wood floor, I felt some shaking during a heavy towel load. It didn't walk across the room, but it was louder and bouncier than during the wash phase. 2 fixes helped a lot, dialing in the leveling again with a bubble level and adding anti-vibration pads under the feet. If your floor is solid, concrete, or very stiff subfloor, it behaves much better. I also had one minor leak early on that turned out to be a loose inlet hose and a bit of lint caught in the door gasket. Tightening the hose and wiping the seal solved it. I now leave the door ajar for a bit after cycles so the gasket dries, which helps prevent odors in any front loader. Key features that stand out for me are the compact size, the 120-volt plug-and-play convenience, the quiet inverter motor during wash and tumble, and the variety of cycles for a small machine. Water Plus is surprisingly useful on towels and blankets because modern washers are conservative with water, and extra water helps bulky items get fully saturated and rinsed clean. The steam function is handy for light wrinkle release and freshening, and it's not just a gimmick. The stainless drum is gentle on clothes and doesn't snag. The interface is easy to learn in a few minutes. Delay start works up to 24 hours, which I use to finish a load right as I wake up. There's a child lock to keep settings from getting changed mid-cycle. Power draw has been modest, and I appreciate that I didn't need a 240-volt line. For a 24-inch unit, it feels like a full-featured washer rather than a compromise. In my opinion, the biggest trade-off is vibration management during the highest spin. There isn't a fancy active anti-vibration system here, so getting a level install is on you. On a sturdy floor, it's totally manageable. On springy floors, plan to use pads and be thoughtful about load size and distribution. I also wish the manual were clearer in a few spots, and I've seen enough mixed comments about parts and support that I'd suggest buying from a retailer with solid return and protection options. The cycle count confusion online is real, but day-to-day it doesn't affect use. I just turn the knob and pick what I need. Also, there isn't a traditional lint filter for clothes like on dryers. Front-load washers rely on the pump filter and drain path, so I open the access panel occasionally and clean the pump filter to avoid clogs. It's perfect for small apartments, condos, and ADUs where space and standard 120-volt power are constraints. The capacity is sweet spot for 1 to 2 people, maybe more if you do smaller regular loads. If you plan to stack, the matching dryer and kit make a tidy tower that fits where a full-size set won't. From my experience, performance per square inch is where this washer shines. It cleans well, treats clothes gently, and keeps noise low while washing. The only time it calls attention to itself is during the high-speed spin, and even that can be tamed with a good install. I'd recommend this for anyone who needs a compact, feature-rich washer with steam, a quick cycle, and strong spin extraction, and who can place it on a solid surface or is willing to fine-tune the leveling and use pads. If you value simple controls, a stainless drum, and the convenience of a 120-volt connection, it's a strong value. If your priority is ultra-quiet spins on a bouncy floor, you may want to budget for extra vibration damping or consider a model with advanced balance tech. In conclusion, the KoolMore FLW-3CWH feels like a true small space washer that doesn't strip away the features people actually use. It's efficient with water and power, it's easy to live with once leveled, and it offers enough cycles and options to handle everything from delicates to bulky towels. Measure your cabinet carefully, plan your install, and it delivers the kind of everyday reliability I look for in a compact unit. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the 120 volts.